No, today I book about my personal thing, that is the name of how to stop your anxiety. That is the this is the think of 16 ways in which this book will help you. That is the way. Here is the some way, the 16 way in which we book 16 way. Here is 16 ways in which this book will help you. 16 ways in which this book will help you. Preface: how this book was written and why. Part 1: fundamental facts. Fundamental fact you should know about worry. Fundamental fact you should know about worry. Fundamental fact you should know about worry. Live in day type compartment. First, live in day type compartment. A magic formula for solving worry situation. A magic formula for solving worry situation. What worry may do to you. What worry may do to you. What worry may do to you. Part 2: basic techniques in analyzing worry. Part 2 is basic technique in analyzing worry. First is how to analyze and solve worry problem. First is how to analyze and solve worry problems, and fifth is how to eliminate 50% of your business worries. How to eliminate your 50% of your business worries. 9 suggestion on how to get the most out of this book. Part 3 देखिए, how to break the worry habit before it breaks you. Part 3 is how to break the worry habit before it breaks you. Part 3 is how to break the worry habit before it breaks you. 6: how to crowd worry out of your mind. How to crowd worry out of your mind. Don't 7 is don't let the beatles get you down. Don't let the beatles get you down. It is a law that will outlay many of your worries. A law that will outlay many of your worries. Cooperate with the inevitable. Cooperate with the inevitable. Cooperate with the inevitable. Cooperate with the inevitable. Put a stop loss order on your worries. Put a stop loss order on your worries. Put a stop loss order on your worries. And don't try to sow sawdust. Don't try to sow sawdust. Part 4 is 7 ways to cultivate a mental attitude that will bring you peace and happiness. Part 4 is 7 ways. Part 4 is 7 ways that to cultivate a mental attitude. Mental attitude that will bring you peace and happiness. Part 4 is the 7 ways. Part 4 is the 7 ways that you cultivate a mental attitude that will bring you peace and happiness. 8 words, that is the 8 words that can transform your life. The high cost of getting even. The high cost of getting even. If you do this, you will never worry about ingratitude. If you do this, you will never worry about ingratitudes. Would you take $1 million for what you have? Would you take $1 million for what you have? Would you take $1 million? Would you take $1 million for what you have? Find yourself and be yourself. Find yourself and be yourself. Remember, there is no one else on the earth like you. Very nice. यहाँ पर topic is very nice topic is find yourself. Find yourself and be yourself. Find yourself and be yourself. Be yourself. Remember, there is no one else on earth like you. Find yourself and be yourself. Find yourself and be yourself. There is no one. And remember that thing. Remember one thing. There is no one else on the earth that like you. There is no one else on earth like you. There is no one else on earth like you. Find yourself and be yourself. Be yourself. It means, remember, there is no one else on earth like you. There is no one else on earth like you. If you have a lemon, make a lemonade. If you have a lemon, make a lemonade. If you have a lemon, make a lemonade. How to cure melancholy in 14 days. How to cure melancholy. यहाँ देखिए इसको मेलनचोली नहीं पढ़ते, मेलनकली पढ़ते हैं। सी एच से क होता है, सी एच से च भी होता है। देखिए यहाँ पर ये कहा गया हाउ टू, यहाँ पे कहता है क्या, हाउ टू क्यूर मेलनकली इन 14 डेज, हाउ टू क्यूर मेलनकली इन 14 डेज। पार्ट 5 इज द गोल्डन, पार्ट 5 इज part 5 is the Part 5 is the golden rule for conquering worry. Part 5 is the golden rule for conquering worry. How my mother and father conquered worry. How my mother and father conquered worry. Part 6, how to keep from worrying about criticism. Part 6 is how to keep from worrying about criticism. Part 6 is how to keep from worrying about criticism. Remember that no one ever kicks a dead dog. Remember one thing, that no one ever kicks a dead dog. No one ever kicks a dead dog. Remember, no one ever kicks a dead dog. Dead dog. So remember that no one ever. No, that no one ever. Remember that no one ever kicks a dead dog. That no one ever kicks a dead dog. Do this and criticism can't hurt you. Do this and criticism can't hurt you. Do this and criticism can't hurt you. Fool things I have done. Fool things I have done. Um, तो पार्ट 5 आई read about the golden rule for conquering worry. The golden rule for conquering worry. How my mother and father conquered worry. Part 6 is how to keep from worrying about criticism. Part 6 is how to keep from worrying about criticism. Remember that no one ever kicks a dead dog. Do this and criticism can't hurt you. Do this and criticism can't hurt you. Fool things I have done. Fool things I have done. Fool things I have done. Part 7, 6 ways to prevent fatigue and worry and keep your energy and spirits high. Part 7 is 6 ways to prevent 6 ways to prevent fatigue and worry and keep your energy and spirits high. Part 7 is 6 ways to prevent fatigue and worry and keep your energy and spirit high. 23 chapter is how to add 1 hour a day to your working life. यहाँ part 23 is how to add 1 hour a day. How to add 1 hour a day to how to add 1 hour a day to your waking life. How to add 1 hour a day to your waking life. What makes you tired? What makes you tired and what you can do about it. What makes you tired? What makes you tired? What makes you tired and what you can do about it. What makes you tired and what you can do about it. How the housewife. What makes you tired? What makes you tired and what you can do about it. How the housewife can avoid fatigue and keep looking young. How to housewife can avoid. How to housewife can avoid. How to housewife can avoid fatigue. How the housewife can avoid and how the housewife can avoid fatigue. How the housewife can avoid fatigue and keep looking young and keep looking young and keep looking young. Four good working habits. Four good working habits that will help prevent fatigue and worry. Four good working habits. Four good working habits that will help prevent fatigue and worry. Working habits. Four good working habits that will help prevent fatigue and worry. How to banish the boredom. How to banish the boredom that produce fatigue, worry, and resentment. How to banish boredom. How to banish boredom. How to banish boredom that produce fatigue, worry, and resentment. How to keep from worrying about insomnia. How to keep from how to keep from worrying about insomnia, how to keep from worrying about insomnia. Mm, part 8 is how to find the kind of work in which you may be happy and successful. Part 8 is how to find the kind of work in which you may be happy and successful, the major decision of your life. Part 9 is how to lessen LESSEN मतलब कम करना, how to lessen your financial worries. Part 9 is how to lessen your financial worries. How to lessen your financial worries. 7% of all our worries. 7%, 70% of all our worries. Part 10. Part 10 is how I conquered worry. 32 true stories. Six major troubles hit me all at once. Six major troubles hit me all at once. Six major troubles hit me all at once. I can turn myself into a shouting optimist within an hour. I can turn myself into a shouting optimist within an hour. How I got rid of an inferiority. How I got rid of inferiority complex. How to of an inferiority complex. I lived in the garden of Allah. I thoughts I used to banish worry. I stood yesterday, I can stand today. I stood yesterday, I can stand today. I can stand today. I did not expect to live. I did not expect to live to see the dawn. I did not expect to live to I didn't expect to live to see the dawn. I go to the gym. I go to gym to punch the bag or take a hike outdoors. I was the worrying wreck from Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech. I have lived by this sentence. I hit bottom. I hit bottom and survived. I used to be one of the world's biggest jackasses. Jackasses. I used to be one of the world's biggest jackasses. I have always tried to keep my line of supplies open. I have always tried to keep my line of supplies open. I heard a voice in India. I heard a voice in India when the sheriff came in my front door. The toughest opponent I ever fought was worry. The toughest fought was worry. I prayed my keep me. I prayed to God to keep me out of an orphan's home. I prayed to God to keep me out of an orphan's home. I was acting like an hysterical woman. I was acting like an hysterical woman. I learned to stop worrying by watching my wife's wash dishes. I found the answer. I found the answer. Keep busy. I found the answer. Keep busy. Time solves a lot of things. I was worrying not to try to speak or not to move even a finger. I was warned not to try to speak or to move even a finger. I am a great dismisser. I am a great dismisser. I am a great dismisser. If I had not stopped worrying, I would have been in my grave long ago. If I had not stopped, if I had not stopped worrying, I would have been in my grave long ago. One at a time, gentlemen, one at a time. I I now look for the green light. How John D. Rockefeller lived on borrowed time for 45 years. Reading a book. Reading a book on sex prevented my marriage from going on the rocks. Reading a books on SC24 reading a book on SC24 prevented my marriage from going on the rocks. I was committed slow suicide because I didn't know how to relax. I was committing slow suicide because I didn't know how to relax. A real miracle happened. A real miracle happened to me. Setbacks. I was so worried. I don't eat a bite of solid food for 18 days. That is the chapter. Read. I will. This first 16 ways in detail. I will read next stage.